Welcome into our first edition of the BRSN Insider here from the campus of Benedictine College. Josh Pound joined by now men's soccer coach John Sosa in a format that we've all become way too familiar with in a Zoom setting, myself in my office, John at home. And first thing, I guess is in order to let everybody know that follows the program, congratulations to you on becoming a father over the course of the off season. And welcome to the fraternity of parenthood.
I appreciate it. I couldn't be more thankful for my little angel. It's been a blast so far, and she came a couple of weeks earlier than expected, and that was also a blessing because he allowed me to enjoy her for a few weeks before preseason started. So, but it's been a blast to say the least.
And now that you segue into that, preseason looked a little bit differently this year than it has ever in the past. A lot of ramp up to when we thought our seasons were going to start. And obviously, as we sit here right now, games have not started for us yet, but you've had plenty of time to train with the team and get a lot of practice sessions in. How do you think that whole scenario has played out for you and your program so far?
You know what, Josh? It's been, I have to say that it's been a positive overall, adjustment for us. Obviously, at the beginning of the season, a couple of things changed our kind of like our 6-week plan that we had at the beginning. We started a little bit earlier, and then we had a handful of guys that came from international waters who had to go into the quarantine for 14 days. So we make a couple of adjustments for that. And then at the last minute, we had all our we had to cancel our preseason games as well as our non-conference schedule. A couple of games canceled on us last minute. We weren't able to replace those because of other schools are not necessarily doing testing like we are. So we don't really want to get away from our bubble and our consistent of how we doing things at Benedictine. So we had to make a couple of adjustments, but we've been able to train. And to say the least, that's been an adjustment, in a positive way, because in the past years, I think one of the complaints from myself was kind of, I wish I had more train. I wish I had, a little bit more space to work on some specific things before getting into the season. This year has been the complete opposite, right? We've been able to play against ourselves, get some data, adjust, learn from each other, and then work on specific things, consistently. Now the question is going to be, how is everything that we worked on for the last, almost month and a week, how are we going to look against the number one team in the nation moving forward, right? So we're excited, though. We're excited to say the least of everything that we've seen. The guys look fit. They look strong. Right now we have almost a full squad, so that's been a positive note for us. So we're excited for it.
And obviously those training sessions look a little bit different than what they've looked like in the past. Just talk a little bit about, some of the things that you and your staff have gone through in order to mitigate and to kind of limit, a potential, any negatives that could come out of playing soccer during a pandemic like what we're trying to do right now.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, we've taken the precautions to try to, be as safe as possible within the reason, obviously. We staying away from using locker rooms. We're staying away from having small gatherings around the field where, if we have the pre-practice meeting, we always do it separated. If we're going to talk to the whole team and we put them in the stands or whatever, everybody's wearing a mask. Everyone who's not participating on-field stuff, they're wearing a mask consistently. The coaching staff is wearing a mask throughout the whole practice. So all those little things have been adjustments, but to say the least, in the best of it. And water breaks and things like that, obviously, we're trying to make sure that everyone has their own water bottle, that nobody's exchanging pennies and things like that. So we're taking a lot of good approaches that so far I have to say that everything pay off. We haven't had too many bad situations within the team, and we've been pretty consistent with having almost everyone at practice throughout the last month and a week.
Well, you talked about it, you mentioned it. The giant elephant in the room with no preseason games is that you're opening the season against the two-time NEI defending national champions. Just talk about what that's going to mean for you and your program. You always like to maybe have a couple of games that are going to challenge you before you get into conference, but nothing like the challenge of facing somebody like Central Methodist right out of the gate.
Correct. So obviously, you want to try to get our guys to face someone away from ourselves before you get into the conference play, so you can kind of find that consistency on both sides of the field. With that being said, I'll tell you this right now: nobody in the country does what Central Methodist. So to think that we're gonna go out there and play a different opponent and they're gonna prepare you for Central Methodist, I don't think that's possible because they have a different way of playing the game and they're very good at it. But we know who they are, and obviously they're gonna bring a lot of new players into the starting roster based on the research that we done, based on the study that we done. But I will assume the same thing, right? I don't anticipate them changing their style of play. I don't anticipate them changing the kind of players that they recruit. So we're expecting them to be a direct, strong, physical team with a lot of size. And we've been working at it for the last, I would say around the last 10 days. We've been trying to prepare for them. We watched a little bit of film already, and we were getting ready for them.
So as you've prepared and as you've mentioned that you have had over a month of training time and practice time, who have been some of the guys, either returners or even newcomers, that you've been leaning on to kind of be the guys on the field for you that you're looking to get good things out of going into this season?
So we have a very strong group of returners with a lot of experience. We have our team captain Daniel Berry, this is gonna be his 5th year with us. He comes with a lot of leadership and understanding for the game. We have a lot of experience in the goal with Isaac Jenkins coming into his 3rd year, final year as a senior. Also giving us a lot of leadership. And then to go with that, you have Wyatt playing on the outside right, along with JJ playing up top and so on, coming at the front 3. So we have a lot of experience, and then we have sophomores who now they look more comfortable, right? Last year we had high expectations for them. They definitely got good results last year as freshmen, but now you can see that they're experienced. They're more comfortable with everything that we're trying to become. And obviously we did recruit well. I'm very excited with the guys that we got. We have a handful of guys who right now are looking to add into what we're doing, and we have great competition around the team. So we're definitely excited with the experience and also with the new players that we have.
Well, thanks a lot, John, for taking the time. Knock on wood, in just under a week, we'll be out at Legacy Field for 90 minutes of normalcy is how we're kind of trying to look at things. Everything around us may be crazy, but for 90 minutes, we know that it's going to feel and it's going to look like everything has looked in years past. So good luck to you and the lads as they get ready to start the season. And we look forward to talking to you more as we move through this fall semester.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it, and we hope to get a good crowd out there.
All right.
Take
That
care.
has been John Sosa, Josh Pound here on the latest edition of the BRSN Insider.